check. The old door.
Okay, now I'm mic check. Now I'm mic check. I think we're good. What's up, Mr. Adam Brett? One more check, mic check, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Virtual Formula League Season 1 Race 10. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Beautiful day. It's a beautiful Thursday here. Of course, always. Oh shit. Dark says he's gonna join, nice. I thought I was going solo. Cool. Gonna have Dark with me for the race. Just me for now. Good old PJKOTR. Say it like Pajotr here. Coming at you live, as always, from the beautiful, the illustrious, the uncompromisable Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Racing in Spa. Spa-Francorchamps? Spa-Francorchamps. Coming at you from Belgium. With a full grid? No, we are missing one Ferrari driver. That's the only one that we're missing. Besides that, got most of the usual suspects. I do see we have a reserve in Kevin Carney. coming in for the Red Bull. Besides that, who are our reserves? We have Boom Boy in McLaren instead of Felipe. Besides that, we got, like I said, all the actual members getting really good attendance here as the league calendar stretches on. Good to see. Gonna wait to really start to give context to try to build up this race until we get into the actual race. When we have some more viewers stopping by. For now, I'm just gonna, I think I'll put some coffee in. Try to get me through this little midday slump. You know, I'll admit a really dumb thought I had going into this, where I was like, oh, it's 2 o'clock. I could use some coffee, but I don't think I need like a full cup of coffee or nothing. So I just like filled the water up like halfway. And then was still gonna put in a normal pod of coffee, which would be the same amount of caffeine, you know? It's just more densely concentrated when it's in little water. It doesn't change the amount of coffee you're getting. There's also construction work being done in the apartment above me. So not only are they getting a little treat, hopefully, and tuning in to a live VFL broadcast through the walls, but we'll also probably hear a little bit of them pounding away, replacing carpets and such. Okay, before quality time to start going out, let me put the coffee in. Bro, why is this coffee thing dirty? Like what? You know, the easier way, the much logical way would just be like, if you want half coffee, just like make coffee, then only drink half of it, right? But it's not the way we silly little humans work often, is it? We like to rely on external handicaps rather than our own free will. Pretty interesting, huh? Okay, there's some times. Marco and Robert are the first ones on the board up there with Boom Boy Fries. There's a little tiny like practice session a bit ago where Connor was just sweeping us. I can't remember his time. What was his time? I want to say it was 143. Like low 143. Sick Boy already coming in with a 1430. It's pretty strong. I believe. I think. I don't know. Dark, if you want to DM me and tell me what times you expect, that'd be fine. As always, I'm just chilling in quali. I don't know, I've given up trying to really call this. I sort of just... Whoa! Gnarly. He's Reap on a pretty good flyer, I believe. Yeah, this is looking to be a pretty good time, I think. Here we go, Reap. Nah, I thought it was going to be in the 143s. 144-1. Ain't too shabby. Oh no. We have a 5 full fuck. We have a 5-place penalty coming out for Sky. Darn it. Burrows is out of this session. Okay, let's see. Nope, Robert's going into the pits. Don't see a lot of folks on hot laps here. Here's Terramax, he'll come across. Oh, is that an invalid lap? Hey, I would like to actually... I forgot. I can bring it up next week. I was gonna rub it in everyone's faces that it's America Race Week. And I don't have to record it, the race, and watch it, avoiding spoilers and everything. But I'll save that for next week. For now, we're in Spa. I wouldn't be surprised if Sick Boys 430 stands the test of this quality session. Oh, look at this. We have the white Red Bull livery. I love when the yellow flag notification covers the time for like the whole session. I love that. Alright, we'll stay on board with Connor Kidd here. He's in 13th on a hot lap. Surely going to improve if he can stick a clean one together. The first sector has gone well for him, I believe. This will be his first time on the board, so nothing compared to, but taking everything very, very cleanly so far. A fraction of an oversteer there, but not much that's going to hurt him. Hugs that corner really well. Let's see how he can throw it into this one. Pretty good. This is a really interesting turn that I'm interested to see how everybody takes it. Okay, I think this is looking like a strong lap from Connor. This is going to be a really strong lap from Connor. Is he going to take pole from Sick Boy here? No! Oh, just missed it by 0.2, but nonetheless, again, really strong lap. Gets in front of the two Alfa Romeos. We can hop on board with B-Rob here as he begins a hot lap. Oh, is Robert on a hot lap? That may actually be more... Oh! And that gets invalidated. Damn. Little spin from Sick Boy gets in the way of a good lap from B-Rob. Carpar's on a hot lap. He's up a little bit in Sector 2. Still have quite a lot of drivers who have yet to put a time on the board, and some of them you better watch out for. I know Teramax can fly. I know Steph, he's usually pretty high up there in quali sessions. Still a lot to move around, although I don't have any fucking clue when the session ends, cause the yellow flag covers them. Stuff does go P4. Good lap from him. Okay, I just saw it there for like a fraction of a second when there are no yellow flags. We got like 5 minutes left, which should work perfectly for my coffee here, folks. It's gonna get to drinking temp right as we get into the race. Oh man. Is that Adam Brett? Ah, shit. Pretty low-key quality session so far, honestly. Oh. Teramax, he'll get a time on the board. What will be into the 143, puts him in P4. Big lap from Teramax. Oh, Cole was epic. He also just puts himself into P5 as well. Good lap from him. As drivers take their last pit stop, I believe, I'm thinking, oh, we got 3 minutes left, so yeah, last pit stop. Almost certainly. Whoa, wait, where's... Keeping an eye on Robert. This is going to be where the action is. He needs to have a good quality session. And he's been in this spot a couple times before where he needs to throw it up there in the last lap, and somehow he's usually able to stick it. With 2 minutes left, I'll just give a sort of short briefing on the championship battle. Sick Boy with a margin of... Let me make sure I'm getting this right. Sick Boy has 6 points in front of him until Robert, for the first time this season, taking a lead in the Drivers' Championship. Alpine almost running away with the Constructors. That's something to watch. They could really start to sort of put the nail in the coffin here with a good show, but obviously what we're looking at is Sick Boy carried home 0 points last week in Canada, losing the Driver Championship lead to Robert. Is definitely the marquee matchup. Beyond that, Connor the Kid and Mirko, who were tied last week in 3rd place. Connor Kidd pulled it out with a big race win that was awarded after penalties. Super heartbreaking for Mirko. But at the same time, you know, you got to celebrate a win without winning, so silver lining. But Connor the Kid finds himself now in third place with just 3 points between him and Mirko. Teramax and Cole was epic. Out of this session, Robert. Oh, that's just his outlap. Okay. Oh, wait. Man, but he's going to be cutting it close. Robert, such a good qualifier. Here we go. This is going to be electric. And, well, is anybody going to be able to get another lap in behind him? Is that his teammate? It is his teammate who manages. So both of the Alpines are out there on a flying lap. I'll try to keep my eye on the rest of the grid to see if anyone has improved. I do see a Mercedes up in P6 from Jack. Big from him. I don't think the Mercedes have ever had a good showing as that. Okay. Robert, not the cleanest through this S. No, and he invalidates it. Oh no. Robert will start from 13 as Connor takes pole. Oh my goodness, his last lap I was focused on Robert, but Connor sneaks in there and gets the pole. Does Sick Boy have a chance to respond at all here? Let's see what he's looking at in Sector 1. Oh no, he is not on a hot lap. Okay, can anybody else improve? B-Rob, he also managed to throw his car up on P4, which is another P3, P4 from Alfa Romeo, as we see Steph spin off on his final lap. These two Alfa Romeo drivers have been picking up the quali pace. Really nice job from them. I don't know what they've done or anything, but recently they've both just been up there nearly every qualifying session. Adam does improve, and he even goes in front of his teammate Robert, who's in the middle of a championship battle. What is... Robert will need a big last to first challenge here, doing it the dark way. Oh, and Pitt. Pitt took the Ferrari seat. Okay. So, I think for the, yeah, you got our grid here. The main attraction will be Sick Boy versus Robert. Again, Sick Boy, 6 points down for the first time in the Drivers' Championship coming into Spa here. Robert, the first time he's had the lead with his worst qualifying position of the season, I believe, down in P13. He is going to have quite the uphill drive in front of him. Literally, actually. Going into Eau Rouge. Okay, let me try to get the serious mode on. Get into commentary mode. I'm gonna add dark here. And we'll get rocking. Gonna go on a little bit of pause. There is the grid for today. Connor Kid taking pole by about 2/10. Congratulations to him. Fantastic lap. Sick Boy with a really good performance. Did what he needed to do. He's in P2 with a chance to win this race. The two Alfa Romeos impressing once again in qualifying. Can they keep it together for the race? I'm really cheering for B-Rob here. Mirko has been a monster for the last few races. B-Rob just has had some bad luck and hasn't been able to get some good finishes going. Terramax in P5, he's got to be happy with that. Cole and Jack in the Mercedes 6-7, Steph behind them, Sky, Reap in the Ferrari P10. Can read the rest. I'm gonna go at dark. Oh, and Sky does have that 5-place penalty. Whoa, where's Reap from? What is that flag? Let me test the coffee temp here. Perfect. Dry quali, dry race. Good shit. That does look like the Atlantis flag. This is a good call. Good call, Mr. Brennan. And we'll take this little formation lap to walk through this gorgeous track. Not only is it one of, if not the most iconic tracks in F1, it's certainly up there, but it is certainly also up there just for immense fun you can have while driving it. All ups and downs, which, as I mentioned, is my favorite part of the F1 track when they got elevation change. The classic Rouge and Radion right here. Beautiful, beautiful turn. And that's actually a really fun turn, especially for this level of racing, because I know when I first started out racing this game, I can remember Spa was a pretty difficult track, especially going up Eau Rouge. I would often just slide off, and then I learned to just to lift off going into the turn, going to gear 7, and then just pick it up going up Radion. But then as I've sort of gotten better, gotten more of a feel for car, now I can handle it flat out. And so what that means is we'll probably see some spin-offs in Eau Rouge. We'll probably see some drivers taking it slow, a little timid going in there, and then we'll probably see some drivers who are really comfortable going through it and even able to make overtakes. If not going through Eau Rouge, at least the straight that follows Radion. And then the second half is really just as fun. A bunch of left-right turns. Again, some nice elevation change, a double hairpin at the end, which is always fun. And really at every point in this track, I think there's decent to good overtake abilities or chances, which is exactly what you want a circuit to be. So, massive fan of this track. We did have Terramax take the weekly formation lap spin out. Unfortunately, not sure what happened to him, but that will be tricky going into this first braking point with tires that are not warmed up. This is going to be a tough one to watch at the start. I think I want to start on board with Robert because we know that he's got the top of the grid pace and he's at the back half of the grid. However, will Sick Boy be able to take it from Connor in turn 1? We don't have long to find out. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Race 10, Season 1 at Spa in Belgium. Connor Kidd on pole, all of our drivers are set. And we are ready to go. The lights will be glitched, most likely. As you can see, 5 lights. We're out. They're not out. They will be shortly. There they go. Off they go. Can Sick Boy get a better exit? It's going to be close. Oh, and he does. He's going on the outside. Connor will hold the lead. Robert already up in P9. Oh, no, but he spun. Robert's out. Oh, no, a massive collision. It's carnage in turn 1. There is no chance I can cover everything that just happened. Let me stay at the top where Sick Boy has taken P1. Connor the Kid looking to make a move on the outside. It's going to be tough to hold this going into the next turn. Let's see if he can. Again, carnage in the back of the grid. The game is having a tough time dealing with it. Mirko, meanwhile, he goes up the inside of Sick Boy, but Sick Boy covers. A little bit of contact there, but they're still clear. B-Rob and Mirko, they're right in this top of the grid chain. Meanwhile, Robert is down at the bottom of the grid with a penalty. It's a disaster for the Drivers' Championship leader. 2 weeks in a row, our championship leaders have difficult starts to the race, and the window is open. Sick Boy, he has to be comfortable with P2. I'm sure he'll be looking at P1, but if he can see that Robert is in last place, he will certainly be feeling peachy. Let's take a walk through the rest of our grid. Oh, there goes Boom Boy trying to cut up the inside and pit. He spins himself out. The move just wasn't there, and he'll drop all the way down. Oh, Steph gets held up by Boom Boys there. And we are into the thick of it. Where to even pay attention? We have a Red Bull moving on to AlphaTauri. We have a drive-through penalty awarded to Skadster for collision with Robert. It looks like the Red Bull is going to make a move on this double hairpin, but Terramax is not giving it up easily. He's swerving inside, outside. He'll cut on the inside, but he'll take the outside. Terramax goes into pit. He must have had damage from that turn 1. Burrows, he's looking to clear up and get up into P7 on Kevin Carney, but Kevin will be able to hold both of the Haas's right on his back. How's the rest of the grid spaced out? We do have a very close battle up at the top, so we'll pay attention to that. Nearly 7 is that's 7 drivers who had to go into pit on the first lap after that turn 1. Never a fortunate sight to see. But who will make the best recovery drive? Kevin, he's right on the back of this of Haas. Burrows did get the pass on him. Kevin is also on medium tires. Let me pull up to check who else started on mediums. Both of the Red Bulls did. Perhaps some strategy and team decisions being made there. Sky looking to cut up the inside of Kevin, but he won't have it. He'll cover the next turn. Meanwhile, Connor the Kid keeping a healthy gap between Sick Boy and P2. As the grid has already gotten so spaced out thanks to that lap 1 incident. Cameroon, he's spinning. He'll drop. The Alfa Romeos have held their position at P3 and P4. Great news for them. The grid is still messed up, so it's a little tough for me to follow. You can see that it's telling me an incorrect time for these next few drivers, so I'm just going off of sight here. Our first 6 leaders in the race right now, all on softs as would be expected. The first of the medium runners is Kevin Carney, who I believe has made quite a jump in this race. Yes, indeed. Kevin has jumped up 9 spots. Burrows in the Haas, he's jumped up 11. And Darsan, 11 as well. Just a whole topsy-turvy grid here. Look at this little group going at it into turn 1. Can they all stay clear going into Eau Rouge? This is quite the train. Will it be all neat and tidy? I think so. They all hold position and nothing to watch yet, although can Pitt take advantage of that little tiny slip wide that Darsan and the Red Bull had. They're swerving back and forth, but I don't think Darsan is going to let Pitt have a chance. Boom Boys, he's out of the race. Meanwhile, Robert has worked his way up to P12, and we have a virtual safety car here, folks. Oh, brother. A difficult first lap, a tragic start to the session. maybe some harsh words being tossed about in the Discord chat, but it's what happens nearly every race. Something goes wrong for somebody. You just gotta hope that it's not gonna be you. And this is quite favorable for Robert. He does have a penalty on him, but it's 5 seconds. I'm gonna guess. Usually this game is not great at assessing 5-second penalties, so I would guess that that is not gonna stand. He's made his way up to P12, as that whole bottom of the grid did have to go into pit on lap 1. The virtual safety car is gone just like that, and DRS is enabled, did I see? It certainly is. Here we go. Sick Boy only 2/10 or so behind Connor. He's gonna have a big speed advantage, not only going through Eau Rouge here, but more importantly on this straight that follows. I'd say it's the most popular spot to make an overtake. We'll see if Robert can do it here. Certainly, he's carrying much more speed. Now he'll get the DRS. He doesn't have the slipstream, but I don't think he'll need it. He goes on the outside and will be able to close off Connor quite easily, who will be unable to make a move until another part of the track. Meanwhile, we have a battle here going between Alpine and the Ferrari, and the Alpine goes off. Oh no, Robert will speed up past Radion to see his teammate off to the side. He has recovered. Just caught the end of that battle between Pitt and Adam Brett, which ends in Adam going off the track. Holy cow, folks. Oh, Jesus, and I can already tell you, not everything is so friendly between these lot. As the season closes down, positions are gonna be fought for. Look at, we have another incident between Sky and Darsan. It seems to be coming every lap. By the way, I believe that the Alpines did have a bit of team orders there and allow Robert to get in front of Adam to try to catch up to this front of the grid. Sick Boy is setting the fastest lap, the first lap that he's in front with clear air. Sky, he's right on the back of Darsan, the two Red Bulls. Oh no, I'm sorry, this is a Haas and a Red Bull. Sky's got the speed, he's touching the back end of Darsan. He's gonna look to make the braking move on the inside. Can he hold it? Going into the next turn, yes, he can. He'll pull into P9. Darsan's still very close behind, not without reach for a move on this next straight. Non-stop action here at the first 5 laps at Spa. Oh, kind of the kid, he may be making a move for the lead. No, he doesn't quite get there. B-Rob and Mirko hanging together nicely as teammates. Can Darsan make some moves on Sky in this straight? Here goes the DRS. Will he have enough time? I believe he will. Sky swerving a bit. Darsan makes the move to the left. He's on the medium tires. That's a big overtake for him if he can hold it. And he will be able to. Darsan gets ahead into P9. I got a lot to keep up with here. I've not been able to have another drink of my coffee. This is tough. I'm going for it. Ah, it's already cooled down. Connor's just 4.5 tenths back from Sick Boy. He'll have another go at the race leader, I would expect, at the start of our lap 6. Lots and lots of penalties being handed out. Lots of elbows being stuck into the sides of other drivers. Reap is off the track. Reap is off the race. Whew. Oh, Mirko goes into the pit. We'll let his teammate B-Rob assume 3rd position. How close will Connor make it going into our straight? Jeez. He's not going to have a chance here, but Burrows might. Oh, that's because Mirko's in the pit. Okay, Mirko comes out in P8 behind the Ferrari and Red Bull. I mean, there's movement every place in the grid when I look here. Sky's in the pit, and he's serving a drive-through penalty. Very difficult to have to deal with those. Oh no, and Mirko! What happened to Mirko? He's DNF'd! A safety car's been brought out. It must have been on the straight after Radeon. Mirko P4 in the driver's standings. Fantastic qualifying session both last week and this. He doesn't make it past lap 6 at Spa in week 10 here. And heartbreak for nearly half the grid, it seems so far. Keeping an eye on Robert, our drivers' championship leader, is in P9. Whew. Safety car comes out. Folks, I see we've got two betters in the chat. One on Sick Boy, one on Connor. If you wanna place it elsewhere, now's your chance. Got a little break here. As all of our leaders will come into pit. And who will take over as our race leader? As I believe, yep, all three of these will have to pit, including both the Alpines. Everybody going into pit. Hey, good job. No speeding in the pit lane yet, though, I believe. Oh, this safety car is brought to you by Myers Sausages, the best meats. Ooh, I'm gonna take a little breather here, make sure the right mic. Yeah. And as our grid resets, we still have Sick Boy and Connor at the top. Congrats to B-Rob. He maintains his qualifying position and moves up one into the podium. Our biggest winners are Burrow with a 12th place jump, starting in P17 up to P5. Great stuff from him, as well as the rookie Kevin Carney making a 10-spot leap into P6. Both Red Bulls having a great start to the race after a very difficult qualifying session. Nobody's colliding. Oh, wait, did I jinx it? No, I don't think so. Wait. I thought Adam... just came out of the pits. Last lap with Steph. I believe it was in France, I know, when Robert tried a little 4D chess in extending a safety car by asking Adam to pit again. But I don't think that's what's going on here. What tires is Adam? Adam's put on medium tires. Safety car should be in this lap or the next. Little break here. Whew. I'm very excited for this racing to resume. I think we have a lot more highlights waiting in front of us. Oh. We have a 5-second penalty out to Steph. Usually those are taken away unless Adam got any damage or anything. A lot of chatter going on in the Discord mid safety car here. Did I miss a notification that the safety car is in this lap? It should be. Yes, it is in this lap. We are back to racing. Lap 8. And we are off. Who has the chance to make a move? Kevin Carty, he makes a move on Burrows going on the inside to turn 1, and he'll be able to secure that position. I thought Burrows did have a little go back at it, but not able to capture it. Karpar getting friendly with the wall, going into Eau Rouge, just 3/10 behind Burrows. Counted the Kid and Sick Boy, putting a little bit of a gap between them and B-Rob, as well as we see Kevin a second behind Cole. Darsan, he'll take the move on the inside of the Ferrari with the DRS. He'll be able to hold on to that. Karpar is off the track. Hopefully he can get a safe re-enter, as look at this pack of cars. He does safely re-enter, but he loses nearly 5 or 6 spots from that little slip. Burrows, he'll pick up 3-second time penalty. Robert still back in P10. He still has a lot of work to do to keep this lead under his name. Does he have it in him? He's 4/10 back from pit in the Ferrari. We have another yellow flag. And that's Sky. Sky's gone off. He's lost quite a lot of parts. In the graveyard of Spa takes another life. Though Sky is not out of this race, he'll have another pit stop waiting for him, and it's going to be tough for him to work his way back up into the group. Oh, a little bump here from Robert into the back of pit. He'll still look for the inside dive bomb, and he'll still be able to take this spot. Yes, he does. Robert moves up into P9. Meanwhile, Terramax got the move going on Darsan. Darsan cruising past him. He'll take the move into T1. Can he hold it? Yes, Robert, look at him get a little extra greedy. He nudges the back of Darsan. Robert's front wing, if it doesn't have damage, it is one tough cookie. He has been bumping that sucker into quite a few different cars. Here goes Darsan, just a 10th or 2 back from Terramax. Can either he or Robert make a move going into this double turn? Darsan will look to take the outside as Terramax will look to hold him on the inside. He'll have the lead going into this next turn, and positions will hold. Pitt, he's right on the back of Robert as well. And this is a fierce battle between these four cars on a track that gives you every opportunity to make a gutsy go for a position if you're really feeling it. Pitt here on the back of the train, but he's right close to Robert, especially as Robert seems to be held up a little bit from Darsan in front of him. Terramax now over a second in front of Darsan. So Terramax has managed to escape this train, and he's in clear air flying up in P7. Let's check on the tire situation. Kevin Carney, the only one on softs. Otherwise, everybody else on mediums or hard. Robert checking the outside. This is an impossible move to make. Oh, he spins Darsan a little bit, and it's getting real ugly here. Robert will come out ahead, but at what cost? Was there any damage to their cars? There's certainly damage to their position as Cameroon says, I'll go for it. I'll take you on turn one. Smells the blood in the water and tries to move up to P10. Meanwhile, Pitt moved up to P8 through all of that. Oh no, and they're bumping, going into Rouge. That's never good. Steph, no. That was Adam Brett that made contact with Cameroon, who's now spun. This is an aggressive race. No love lost between these drivers today in Spa. They are pulling out all that they can. Adam collects another 3 seconds. Oh my gosh. Throughout this season, we have seen a lot of tough, close, hard racing. This, understandably so, is pushing that to the border. Karpar is out of the race, and he's just going for an afternoon drive, I suppose. Here's Cole. He seems to have a better feel for these turns than Kevin. He's gaining time, just a few tenths back. I wouldn't be surprised if he looks to make a move going into this double hairpin. I saw yellow flags pop up. I'm not sure who that's for. Could be anyone. Here goes Cole. Less than a tenth back on Kevin. He'll take the inside, I believe. Kevin's still a car lengths ahead, and Cole will let him go ahead and look to make a move at another point in the track. Meanwhile, Robert, not one to back off, does so against Pitt. And Robert is racing like a madman right now. He is either going to be podium or off the track. Meanwhile, Cole, he goes a bit off the track on the straight from Radion. Look at these three. It's 3 wide. A Haas. No! The Red Bull turns sideways, runs into the side of the Haas, and the Mercedes will be the only one to escape unscathed. Oh! Jesus. Can we have a lap? Robert, did he take some damage from that spill? I saw he got an incident with Kevin, who is involved. Oh, Jesus. Robert gets a 5-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags. Do we know that it's a virtual safety car? It seems like a few drivers are still racing. And man, the top 3 here are just thanking their lucky stars that they have not had to deal with the absolute mayhem in the back half of the grid. I mean, aside from Pitt, the top 3 are the only ones without penalties, and that's not a coincidence. They have been off in their own little race here. I mean, look at these penalties. We have a drive-through penalty on Cole, who's in P4. Kevin has 11 seconds, and Adam Brett has 14. What? Racing has resumed, and Roberts made his way up to P6 along with his 5 seconds of penalties. Terramax is his next name on his list now, as Cole is going to lose that spot with a drive-through. Although he won't be pitting, Burrows does need to pit. He was involved in that collision with the Mercedes and Red Bull on the Radion straight. Counter the Kid Hasn't made many moves on Sick Boy from what I've seen, but he has not gotten out of reach. As you can see here, he's going for a move now. Up on the inside, he's got a huge speed advantage, and he manages to turn it into a P1 move. He gets the inside on Sick Boy and holds it perfectly. Sick Boy looking to challenge back. Connor goes a little bit deep. Are they going to touch? Yes, the wheels touch, but they stay on the track. Sick Boy looking for the cutback. Oh, he's going half on the grass here. What a move from Sick Boy to try to maintain as much speed as possible. He's a 10th back from Connor. A fantastic battle up here at the top for P1 between the Williams driver and Aston Martin. Connor going for his second race win in a row. Sick Boy DNF last week, looking to make a statement return, but more importantly, looking to put some distance between him and Robert, which so far he's doing a good job of doing. Terramax picks up another 3-second penalty, which could have very big implications. Sick Boy and Connor are nose to back end here. A little nudge going into this second hairpin. And Sick Boy may have gotten the better exit. He'll have DRS. He's going to be able to make it go on this turn 1. Oh, I think he had an accidental downshift there. And loses the chance for now. I'm not sure what weird game of chicken these two are playing. I think Connor might have tried to let Sick Boy go in order to get the DRS for this straight, because he knows how valuable this is. And look at how Sick Boy just flies past him. He'll take some grass on the wheel. No matter, he will take P1 right along with it, the same way that Connor took it from him. Fantastic battle for P1 up at the top. Meanwhile, B-Rob, he's hanging all by his lonesome in P3, and the grid really has spaced out as we make our way back to P8, where Pitt is just 3/10 back from Darsan. A 14-second gap behind him. Dark is in the comments confirming what I thought, that Connor really did want to give Sick Boy P1 going into Eau Rouge, so he would be the one that gets that DRS overtake. It's a very, very cheeky strategy, and one that Sick Boy was quite keen on stopping. That's an open lobby move. I haven't seen anyone do that in our league races. And once again, Connor just 2/10 back from Sick Boy here. Steph, he's also pressuring Cameroon. I'll keep an eye on the top to see if we have a chance there. Kevin Kearney, he picks up a 3-second. It doesn't look like Sick Boy has any interest in pulling those shenanigans on Connor. He'll take the lead going into Eau Rouge and Radeon. He'll give Connor the DRS. Will Connor be able to make a move? He's 4/10 back going into the straight. Already 2.5 back. He's flying. He'll go down the inside. And he'll take P1 now. For the third lap in a row, our P1 changes hands. Sick Boy will look to fall behind. No, Sick Boy will look to answer back with an inside move. He's on the back wheel of Connor. He'll be able to take the inside, their wheel to wheel. Connor, he's going to be able to respond. And he takes another inside move back on Sick Boy. Sick Boy once again going half off the track here. Very, very sketchy little strategy there, as Connor may not be aware of it and give him room to get back on once that little runoff ends. But it's all safe here. Sick Boy falls 3/10 behind Connor in P1. Again, the rest of the grid behind them, very spaced out. The top of the grid at P1 is battling back and forth every lap. Another little bit of contact there as Sick Boy had a lot more speed. Is he going to make a go on this double hairpin? No, he won't. Connor will be able to hold on to P1, and we'll see the same thing we've seen for the last 3 laps here. Most likely. And Connor might be happy with an overtake. Sick Boy going on the inside here. Nope. It doesn't look like he has any intentions to do so. Connor will hold on to P1. No penalties between these two, as well as B-Rob and P3. Here goes Sick Boy. Will it be our customary changing of P1 on this straight? A little farther back than usual, but you just get so much speed here that it usually doesn't matter. Here goes Sick Boy on the inside. Not as much space as there usually is, and Connor will be able to close it off going into that second turn. Fantastic aggressive driving from Connor. Doesn't yield it as easily as it's been given up these last few laps. And Connor will stay in P1. We have Pitt making a move on Darsan. Not quite. Cole with the fastest lap. He's down there in P13. Meanwhile, Robert's still P5. He needs to just have quicker pace than Terramax, and it doesn't look like he has it in the bag. 6 laps to go here as our front 2 runners battle it out each lap. Oh, and Darsan's gone into the wall. Is it another safety car? No, I think we're still green flags and racing. Connor's managed to get up to a 6/10 lead on Sick Boy. But that doesn't mean much with the power of these next 2 DRS. Here comes one. These two have matched each other perfectly to these 2 hairpins. Nothing gained or lost there. Sick Boy will manage to pick up a little bit of space going into turn 1. And now the fun begins. He's just 2.5 tenths going into Eau Rouge. They both take it cleanly, of course, up into the Radeon straight, and Sick Boy is going to be able to pass even before the DRS. This is going to give him a mega amount of space, more than usual. How many tenths will he get? He's 2.5 tenths going into this turn. That's going to mean Connor will have to do some serious fighting back on these next 2 turns to keep that distance manageable. Let's take a break from the top and see if we can get another little battle, as Burrows, I believe, picked up a warning there for cutting that corner, but he's going to parlay that into a blistering straight, passing Steph in the Williams. And as far as constructors go, this looks to be about even. Williams in P1 and P10, Alpine, both of their drivers right between them. Oh, and Connor's picked up 3 seconds. He's picked it up through corner cutting. And that's massive for Sick Boy. That could be the decider in this winner's circle. If Sick Boy can stay clean for the rest of the race, he may be happy giving Connor some space on track and letting him have P1 and taking a break from this battling. Let's see how Sick Boy reacts to Connor's 3 seconds going in to their preferred overtake opportunity. Connor will surely have the speed once again. Not as much as Sick Boy did on the last lap, but he'll still have enough. Sick Boy, I expect to make this quite easy on Connor. Nothing else he can do. He'll let him go on the outside and fall right back in line. Now don't be surprised if this little back and forth does end here, as Sick Boy just needs to finish within 3 seconds of Connor. Though that is playing it a bit risky, since that means Sick Boy will have no leeway for any warnings. Is Sick Boy the only one that takes that line on that little grass runoff? And sadly enough, Spa has taken such a toll. Not only you can see all of the penalties racked up, but just the gap between drivers. These two really in a class of their own today have had easily the best pace. Really impressive drive from B-Rob, who has not been under pressure at all. He's got Terramax behind him, who's got massive pace most races, but B-Rob has not been pressured at all this race. I see Sky going off in the first sector. Both Sky and Cameroon just moved on to softs. They may be looking to steal a fastest lap. And I think just by looking at it, Sick Boy does not want to leave this for an after-race win. I think he wants to beat Connor on track here in Spa. He's only 1/10 back going into Eau Rouge, just maybe a little too close for comfort. In fact, he does lay off the throttle there, give Connor some space, as he'll happily retake P1 going into this straight, as we've seen nearly every lap between these two. And Connor's got to be careful because B-Rob is less than 3 seconds away from him. And B-Rob, along with Pitt, are the only other drivers without penalties. So if B-Rob can finish less than 3 seconds behind Connor Kidd, he'll find himself in P2 as the race finishes. More penalties being thrown out in case he didn't have enough. 3 laps to go in Spa, Season 1, Race 10 of Virtual Formula League. Sick Boy hoping to retake the Drivers' Championship lead. He's competing against Connor on track, and Robert, no! Robert's lost it! And Robert doesn't lose any positions, but he may lose a little something else thanks to that track reset. I hate to be the one to catch it on camera. We do have Pitt, who's now 6/10 back from Adam Brett, so the battles may not only be at the top. P1 will be turned over once again. Sick Boy will step aside. Connor the Kid will move in front. They've got 2 laps left of this to go. As again, Connor the Kid with a 3-second penalty picked up from multiple warnings for going off track. And Pitt, thanks to this straight, he's going to manage to get within a half second of Adam Brett. Pitt has got to be eyeing a P6 finish here. As he and the 2 at the top are the only ones enjoying DRS in the final 2 laps of this race. Oh no, Terramax gets another 3 seconds. That brings his tally to 9. And Pitt, who is again penalty free, I mean, he's eyeing to jump past all 3 of those ahead of him. Pitt in P7 could be looking at a P4 finish if he plays it correctly. Just 2 laps to go here. And as soon as this race finishes, driver contracts are released and everybody is a free agent until they're not. So a lot to prove. Sick Boy doesn't want P1. And I think Sick Boy, at this point now, he's finally decided that he is happy finishing P2. He thinks that he can finish the rest of this race without collecting a 3-second penalty. So I think he'll just follow Connor's lead as Pitt. He has DRS in the slipstream. He goes on the inside of Adam Brett, and he'll get about a car length in front going into turns. And he'll close Adam Brett off, move up into P6. Great move from Pitt. And we have Darsan taking the move on Cole. But Cole has DRS, he'll be able to respond on the straight. Darsan swerving, trying to make the slipstream or just trying to cover his sides. Either way, Cole will look to go on the outside, but Darsan hangs on and Cole isn't able to capture that P10. He'll fall back and look to make a move on the last lap of the race. We've only got one more. As B-Rob also has fallen 3.5 seconds behind Sick Boy. So Connor the Kid is safe now in P2 with that 3-second penalty. Last lap for our leaders has commenced. And Adam Brett is fairly close to Pitt. Now, did Sick Boy not want P1, or did he just not want P1 that last lap? He staggers it so that he's the one getting DRS on our final lap. He's the one in P1 with the last overtake opportunity pass. Now, Connor will have to lurk for a miracle, a spin-off, a penalty, a mistake from Sick Boy, something, or else he will be landing firmly in P2 behind Sick Boy. Robert, he's down in P5, but with 5 seconds of penalties, Pitt may be jumping him. Again, I think that was just one whole penalty, though. So he only needs to provide the FIA with one video clip to show that it wasn't warranted, and he'll maintain his P5 finish, perhaps moving up to P4 ahead of Terramax. And Sick Boy looking to take the final sector, most probably the easiest part of the track. He will do so. Connor the Kid well without DRS at this point. Congratulations to Sick Boy. He's battled off Connor. He's responded to a DNF in Canada with a race win. Well deserved. Unrivaled in this race. Connor the Kid gave him a hell of a battle, but he will finish 4 seconds behind Connor once the penalty is assessed. Still a fantastic drive from Connor. He's finished P1 last week, P2 this week. Nothing to take away from him. B-Rob with his first podium in quite a while, I believe. A fantastic day through and through for him. Terramax and P4. B-Rob does drop to P6 with that penalty. You see Pitt moved up to P5, so Rob will be right next to his Alpine teammate in P6 and P7. But things may change. Things may change once these penalties are looked at. One thing that won't change is a race win for Sick Boy. Congratulations, reminding us why he is the quickest driver on the grid. Incredible stuff from him. Thank you all for watching. Very quick and exciting race. As again, I believe the Constructors' Championship will maybe give a slight edge to Williams in this race, but it surely will not be anywhere near enough to catch up to Alpine in the standings. Man, a lot of good driving today. A lot of people really could have had a better finish if not for some terrible luck. That lap 1 incident, which claimed 4 or 5 drivers' races. Not everyone is happy with the way that one went, but I'll tell you who are these 3. Sick Boy, hoo-yah, lifting that trophy, spraying that champagne. Connor the Kid and B-Rob enjoying it with him. And that will do it for me, y'all. Thank you very much for tuning in. This is Virtual Formula League, Season 1, Race 9, Penalty Fest 2021. Sick Boy with a flawless drive, taking P1. Connor Kidd giving him a hell of a battle, and B-Rob with a very, very consistent, solid drive as well. There's the rest of the grid for you to look at, as well as our fallen drivers who did not manage to finish today. Thank you very much for tuning in. That was our race from Spa. Tune in next week. Race 11, only 2 races left to decide our winner.